94, and they had a unbelievable season going on that year in 94. They had a lockout, the season was over, and it took 5 years to recover. 4 years to recover. It took the summer of 1998 and the home run chase with Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGwire putting on one of the most unbelievable and historic displays in sports history to reborn Major League Baseball.
The Las Vegas Aces will meet the Indiana Fever in an upcoming contest, though the matchup will proceed without Caitlin Clark, who continues recovering from health issues. This ongoing situation has created disappointment among supporters who are anticipating high-profile encounters in professional women's basketball. The much-awaited confrontation between Clark and Aja Wilson must be postponed to a future date.
With the elephant in the room, Caitlin Clark ruled out for Thursday with a groin injury. How they were playing this entire time between day-to-day and game-time decision and questionable, I was skeptical. I had to go straight to the source, and sure enough, the Indiana Fever, more than 24 hours advance, let fans know, hey, Caitlin's not going to be there. Instead of having you drive 5 hours only to realize 2 hours away, she's out. After flying 10 hours, only to realize 5 hours in the air.
Examining the forthcoming calendar, questions arise about Clark's potential availability before the All-Star celebration. The time frame presents difficulties, with the mid-season break remaining 3 weeks distant. A possible comeback scenario could involve her missing the next Sparks game, followed by an additional 4-day healing period. This prolonged absence might prepare her for an intensive period starting July 9th, including contests against the Valkyries on the 11th, Dream on the 13th, Wings and Sun on the 15th, Liberty on the 16th, culminating with the All-Star weekend.
To reborn Major League Baseball. The WNBA does not have that luxury. If they go into a lockout, this league is over. It's a wrap. And I'm not sure these players quite understand that. All right? It would not take a lot for a lot of people to just say, I'm good. I gave it a shot, and it didn't work out. There was too much drama, too much bullshit, too many bad.
If medical professionals choose to prolong her time away until July 9th, this would allow 6 extra days for treatment and recovery. While athlete wellness takes priority, the scheduling creates substantial obstacles for the organization and supporters. The Fever recently claimed the 2025 Commissioner's Cup title and returned to Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for Thursday's meeting with Las Vegas.
Only to realize 5 hours in the air, she's out. After coming all the way from Australia, over 8,000 miles, to watch Caitlin Clark, only to land and hear she's out, the Indiana Fever finally give us advanced notice, dare I say, that Caitlin Clark won't be playing. I appreciate that. Stephanie White talks about the injury and why we're going from game time decision to ruling her out earlier now.
Basketball followers recognize the powerful attraction of elite player matchups throughout professional sports.
There's too much drama, too much bullshit, too many bad refs, a clown show of a commissioner, the whole nine, watching their beloved star get the crap beat out of her every other game, her missing games now, which is a disaster. By the way, they're getting this new media rights deal because of her. Caitlin Clark did, by the way, comment on this CBA. Look, they're going to get a salary bump, but if the average...
Worries have emerged from different sources questioning whether her medical situation might be more complex than originally revealed. Some experts express concerns about possible surgical needs and suggest that her continued visibility serves mainly promotional goals rather than authentic competitive readiness. These ideas remain theoretical without official medical statements. The prolonged absence generates specific worry about All-Star Weekend involvement. The showcase occurs in Indianapolis, making Clark's presence essential for both league promotion and local audience connection. Skipping this major event would create a considerable blow to the WNBA's marketing approach, particularly given the venue's strategic significance.
To ruling her out earlier now. Let's take a listen.
Nothing about it being game time decision these last couple games and being able to rule her out today. Is there any extra kind of concern about just, that little change in?
I don't know if there's extra concern as more of like, hey, let's just maintain perspective. She wants to play, and she's working to play, and she has been working to play. And I think after a few days, it's like, okay, we've got a little bit of time. Thinking 5 games before All-Star break, we've got a little bit of time. So let's just ease her mind, even though she's antsy.
Bump. But if the average player, let's see, let's just say above average, Kelsey Mitchell got what? A 1-year, $249,000 contract, I think, roughly. I think it's safe to assume that with the new media rights deal, all right, they're going to be going from around $60 million a year to over $250, okay, $1 million a year, all in, all said and done.
The Kobe Bryant influenced design carried a suggested price of $190 per pair during Monday morning's initial launch. Resale market values rapidly climbed above $350, with individual pairs reaching $60-$42 through secondary platforms. Size options differ considerably, with men's size 10 variants hitting $480 in specific marketplaces. These athletic shoes showcase Indiana Fever team colors prominently, employing navy blue as the dominant tone with complementary elements of red, orange, and yellow across the design. The Kobe 5 Pro PE version reflects Clark's relationship with the deceased basketball icon's signature collection. Her 8-year sponsorship deal with Nike, estimated at $28 million, started in 2022 and continues producing substantial income channels.
Thinking 5 games before All-Star break, we've got a little bit of time, so let's just ease her mind, even though she's antsy, and let's do this the right way and make sure that we're ready to go and 100% when she comes back.
Now, a lot of people are seeing this, hearing this, saying, oh, they're going to hold it out until All-Star break. They're going to hold her out until All-Star break. We got to keep proper perspective. My question to Stephanie White would be, it took us this long to put things in proper perspective, to give us a real timetable. It took us this long to say, oh, well, we got 5 games.
Clark's All-Star ballot totals reached 1.2 million, setting a fresh record and exceeding her prior year's accomplishment. This supporter participation shows continued interest despite her current playing absence. The voting figures confirm her appeal and attraction within the women's basketball environment. Statistical comparison reveals fascinating trends between Clark's commercial success and that of other WNBA personalities. While A'ja Wilson's signature shoe similarly reached sellout status, industry sources indicate only 3,000 pairs were initially produced. The 13,000 unit manufacturing run for Clark's sneakers represents over 4 times Wilson's reported quantity, yet still exhausted inventory within minutes of availability.
Said and done. You got expansion. You've got rosters that need to increase in size. All right. So you can't just automatically be like, well, that's 4 times, so the salary's going up 4 times. No, there's going to have to be money spread out. You've got expansion, and you need to increase these rosters. There shouldn't be an Ari McDonald situation. If a WNBA team wants to sign an Ari McDonald, they should be able to sign her straight up.
This commercial difference matches television viewership trends observed during the season. Games including Clark typically attract approximately 2 million viewers, while matches without her involvement average between 400,000 to 500,000 viewers. The steady 4-to-1 proportion appears across various measurements, suggesting wider market forces at work. The resale market pricing demonstrates authentic consumer interest rather than manufactured scarcity. Secondary values surpassing $600 for particular sizes show collectors and enthusiasts prepared to pay elevated costs for Clark-associated products. Whether buying for actual wear or collection purposes, purchasers display significant financial dedication to her brand.
Well, we got 5 games until the All-Star break. Maybe we should wait a little bit. Oh, Caitlin Clark, she really wants to play. Let's just ease her mind. Why is it taking this long? Was there an inkling all along throughout these game time decisions, throughout these day-to-day status reports, that she was always going to be not ready to go prior to the game, but we still strung people along? And if she is out until All-Star break, then I'm steadfast holding the position. They knew this injury was more serious than it was, and they decided not to tell us
Present injury management choices will substantially affect both immediate competitive results and future commercial possibilities. The combination of player health, fan expectations, and business factors creates complicated challenges for team leadership and league administrators. Addressing these conflicting priorities will determine Clark's availability for important upcoming games and promotional events. The Chicago Sky achieved their first triumph against the Dallas Wings, presenting a contest between Angel Reese and Paige Buchers, two athletes the WNBA actively markets as rising stars. Many analysts predict Buchers will evolve into the league's top talent, while Reese garners significant attention for her potential impact. Nevertheless, the game ultimately showcased Camila Cardoso's exceptional showing as she recorded a career-best 23 points to guide Chicago to their initial victory of the season.
They should be able to sign her straight up for the season. None of that hardship 10-day crap, that was for the birds, and it looked like some clown shit from the league. I mean, honestly, I was like, what is this crap? I understand they've had 10-day contracts in the NBA forever, but as long as the salary cap room is there, they can usually just pull the trigger, bring somebody on if they decide to keep them. There was all these regulations and shit. You had guys trying to become experts in that.
Online criticism developed concerning Reese's offensive challenges during the contest. She completed just 2 successful field goals from 6 tries, adding 6 points while securing 9 rebounds and providing 5 assists. Multiple internet commentators emphasized her shooting troubles, including several missed attempts and blocked shots. One specific play showed her attacking the rim only to have her effort denied by a defender. Video footage spread showing various elements of her offensive tactics, with some highlighting her ball handling techniques before unsuccessful scoring tries. Despite these difficulties, Reese displayed notable growth and basketball intelligence throughout the game, especially during the final quarter. Her choice to attempt only 6 shots
more serious than it was, and they decided not to tell us for a specific reason. That reason, I've already told you. But off the jump, this should have been 1 to 2 weeks, off rip. We injure our quad, we get rushed back. We injure our quad again, we get rushed back. Now we injured our groin. Clear 1 to 2 week injury, clear 1 to 2 week recovery, in my estimation. But now, she's bringing up All-Star break in these interviews.
This careful shooting strategy indicates positive development in her game comprehension. Instead of forcing challenging attempts, she acknowledged her present limitations as a primary scorer and concentrated on areas where she could contribute most efficiently. Her focus moved toward rebounding, ball movement, screen setting, and generating chances for teammates like Cardoso, who demonstrate superior offensive skills at the center position. The advancement results from external input and truthful self-examination. Constructive feedback functions as a driver for athletic enhancement when players stay receptive to outside viewpoints. Athletes who separate themselves from critical analysis frequently struggle to recognize areas needing improvement. Reese's readiness to modify her approach shows maturity and competitive wisdom. Her adjustment occurred through recognizing repeated themes in her offensive struggles. Continued shot blocking and missed attempts offered clear proof that her current abilities required development. Rather than continuing with ineffective methods, she altered her role to maximize team success. This change contributed directly to Chicago's first win after an OVOR began
Trying to become experts in that. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Cut somebody else and sign the woman because she's fantastic. So the WNBA players have rejected the first CBA offer. And of course, they got to get fly at the mouth over it, which again turns off a massive section of fans because the league has never turned a profit, ever.
The significance of allowing athletes to receive honest input cannot be emphasized enough. Shielding players from all criticism can limit their development by preventing necessary modifications. When feedback is dismissed or rationalized away, athletes may lose opportunities to improve basic aspects of their game. Reese's recent showing suggests she has processed external input constructively. Criticism represents a form of investment in an athlete's capabilities. When observers cease providing feedback, it often signals reduced expectations for improvement. Constructive criticism demonstrates confidence in a player's capacity to grow and adapt. Even misguided criticism can contain useful insights that contribute to overall development.
But now, she's bringing up All-Star break in these interviews. Very interesting. I don't care how long she sits, to be honest with you, as long as when she comes back, she's healthy. So if that means sitting her the rest of this week, bringing her back July 9th against the Valkyrie, then that's what it means. If that means resting her all the way up until the All-Star break, then that's what it means. But it would be very similar holding her out all preseason only to bring her back against the Iowa game, then keep her out the back half of the first half of the season only to bring her out.
Reese's circumstances extend beyond basketball execution to include her public connections with other players. Some observers suggest her perceived competition with Caitlin Clark may not serve her long-term benefits. While this dynamic produces social media interaction and content creation chances, it also generates unnecessary controversy and negative attention. The supposed conflict benefits various media figures and content producers more than the athletes involved. These individuals can create material around the alleged rivalry, while the players face increased examination and criticism. This dynamic may provide temporary attention, but could harm long-term reputation and career opportunities.
Ever. And it's like the players don't know that. They're living off the subsidies of the National Basketball Association. They're living off of Steph Curry and LeBron James and Michael Jordan and Kobe and all the legacies. They're profiting off of that. Well, they're not even profiting off of it. They're staying afloat off of it. I can't say profit because they ain't made no money. They're going to make money as long as they don't get.
Reese possesses the abilities needed for a successful WNBA career through her rebounding talent, defensive contributions, and creating opportunities for teammates. Her persistence on the boards and energy can translate into valuable offensive contributions without requiring primary scoring duties. Her existing brand awareness provides a foundation for continued success. A strategic movement towards supporting fellow players, including Clark, would likely benefit everyone involved. Rather than maintaining competitive tensions, embracing cooperation and mutual respect could enhance both players' reputations. Clark's natural tendency towards supporting teammates suggests she would welcome such an approach. This collaborative approach would benefit the entire league by reducing unnecessary drama and focusing attention on basketball excellence. When star players demonstrate mutual respect and support, it elevates the overall perception of the sport and its participants. Such leadership from prominent figures like Reese and Clark could set positive examples for younger players.
Then keep her out the back half of the first half of the season only to bring her out for the All-Star game. Very similar how those two instances are playing out. Let's hear what Satou Sabally had to say about CBA negotiations and the most recent offer.
I think we can focus on our players in the union. We got a proposal from the league, which was honestly a slap in the face. And I think we really have to put an emphasis on the players that are in our league right now. But I love to see the league growing. I think, adding
the potential for positive change exists if Reese chooses to redirect her approach. Moving beyond perceived rivalries toward genuine sportsmanship and collegiality would represent significant personal growth. This evolution would complement her on-court development and create new opportunities for brand building and fan